Okay, I'm gonna try to make this quick. And I know I always say this and then end up making like a 20 some minute video, but honestly, yeah, I just want to do a quick unboxing of a new keyboard. So I figured it's finally time to upgrade. I've been using this Logitech G710 for a few years and it's been excellent. It's still excellent. I really had good time, but hear this kind of squeaking, and a lot of other there's some other keys that do that, and just after a few years, it's already kind of showing its age. Everything still works great, but just plain white um, backlight and basic switches. I don't know, might as well get an upgrade. This is hard plastic too. Um, and with that in mind, I went over to Best Buy and picked up a new Corsair K100 RGB. I've been a fan of Logitech keyboards for a while, so this was my last one I've been using for a few years. And actually still have the one I used before that right here. It's a G110. Everything still works, but it's not even mechanical. And I also have this wireless model here that I use for work stuff with my laptop. They're all very plasticky, very soft, but they all still work perfectly. They've been reliable. Unfortunately, right now, the current offerings from Logitech, they feel really great. I think the current flagship that I saw at Best Buy is G910. I think I might be wrong, maybe 970, something like that. It feels pretty good when you type on it. Like the feedback from the keys is great, but the keyboard itself, well, here it is. Let me just show it on the screen here. It just feels a little too simple for 2020, So I figured Corsair is a popular brand, is a popular option. In fact, one of the most popular right now. And I just recently got a Corsair all-in-one cooler for my CPU. It's been working great. So I went ahead and picked up a Corsair. Now, this is their flagship keyboard right now. This is their most expensive keyboard. One of the most expensive keyboards in general, but it looks like all the main players like Razer, Logitech, Corsair, SteelSeries, it looks like they're all try to have something in that 200, little over $200 price point. And I went to Best Buy. I saw them all on display. I tried them all, and I still like the Corsair here the best. And I already have the IQ software. I figured that's probably going to be the easiest transition. Now, this video here today is going to be just an unboxing, and maybe we'll take a quick look at the end at the keyboard working. So it's not a review. There are plenty of those on the internet. They're much more professional than what I can do. I don't know all this stuff about, your responsiveness, your keys, or travel, or different types of switches, and all this kind of stuff. As always, I try to approach it from a regular consumer point of view. So I go to the store, I see what looks good, I pick it up, and if it's an exciting product, I want to show it to whoever wants to see it. If someone's considering the same one, I know how it is, how it's nice to just go and take a look at the what's inside and what it looks like and feels like. I got my knife here, but it actually looks like I don't need it because this is like a pull tab. Although it kind of came out like crap, but I can remove it. Looks like I can remove it completely. Okay, strike one. These pull tabs are terrible. It's not Apple here, but the whole sticker comes off. I also hate, just a quick side note, I hate when Best Buy does this. Why did they put a sticker right in the middle of, like, they even cover some of the text. I don't know, what if I want to read what's down here? What if I want to like go over the bullet points? Yeah, other people do that. I'm just gonna look at the product inside and see. see what it looks like, what it sounds like, and feels like. And then hopefully go and set it up and maybe show a quick clip of a working product connected to a computer. So this keyboard was $230, $229.99 at Best Buy. I've been kind of waiting for a sale. There are no sales, and I just figured I'll just go get it, whatever. Came out to just around $250 with taxes. All right, so plastic cover covering the keyboard itself. Good idea. And there's the keyboard. Okay, so right off the bat, that feels pretty good. And to be honest, I mean, compared to the Logitech that I've been using, these are a little bit clicker, but I kind of like slightly muted sound of this new keyboard. They still feel great. It's hard to explain, but they feel very I don't know, they feel a little bit softer, like there's no click point there, it just kind of goes up and down. And in fact, this clicking sound is just from plastic hitting plastic underneath. Like if I go slower, see, there's nothing. And I think it's a good thing. Sometimes I try to type in the evening and my family's asleep, and my wife then complains that my keyboard is so loud that she can hear it from a bedroom and wakes her up. Okay. All right. Got the cable. So if I'm gonna continue comparing it to Logitech, this cable is definitely nicer. It's braided, and it still has two USB connectors. From what I hear, they require a USB 3.0 or 3.1 ports, and that just to get enough juice to the keyboard. Now, a lot of reviews, a lot of people say that one USB is for the keyboard itself, and the other USB is for the USB pass-through port. You can see on the back here. And, I mean, makes sense in a way, but I'm not so sure, to be honest. I feel like my last keyboard had a dual USB port setup too. But I always felt like it was probably for one for the light, for the backlight, and the other one was for the keyboard itself. But obviously, one of them does the USB pass-through as well. Okay, the cable is about 6 feet long. Should be plenty for me. Let's go ahead and flip this back over. Now this is all metal construction from the top anyway. The bottom is plastic, but it looks good. I mean, and there's a rubber feet here. Okay, you can use the standoffs to adjust the angle. And looks like there are two different levels, yes. So there's a smaller one and a higher one. I usually go with the highest myself. Let's see. Now this wheel, this is new. All right, well, I don't know if you can hear it. It feels like there's some kind of scratchy resistance there. I don't know if it just... I don't know. It doesn't feel too great, but I don't think I'm going to be using it all that much. So there's button here, mute switch. That's nice. the volume. All right, and all the rest of the keys. Now I kind of like how on some of the new keyboards, especially Corsair, they have, it looks like the keys are lifted up like this, and you can see the switch underneath. I think it just looks cool. And it should also be easier to clean because you can actually remove all the keycaps just by pulling them up like that. You can remove them all if you want, and then you just need to brush the dust off of it, and that'll be it. You know, older keyboards were nearly impossible to clean. Let's see how putting this back on there, if it's just as easy as taking it off. Yeah, that's it. Like, here's the thing, a lot of reviews that I saw, you know, they cover so much good stuff. They cover everything, but they just don't really talk about basics. I feel like reviewers assume that everyone should already know this. I mean, it's like basic stuff, you know, how you remove a keycap. But like for me, it's the first keyboard with removable keycaps that I can buy different ones and replace them. So I don't know. I know there's a tool for it, and I was wondering if it's easy to do or not. Looks like it's really easy. You just kind of pull it right off and then stick it back on there. Let's see what else is in the box. There are a few more things there. All right. So this is actual keycap removal tool. It just goes on like that, snaps, and then you pull it up and removes the key. Should make it easier. I'm not going to open it yet. And you have some of the optional keycaps here. Okay, so this is for your, you know, WASD keys here, and those, I think they're for like some kind of multiplayer games. I don't know. I don't feel like a gamer anymore. Play on Xbox mostly, or play with the controller. Anyway, so we have a little manual. You know, we don't read that. If there's important stuff, someone in the comments will let us know. Warranty guide, safety information. Okay, so that's it. Everything that is in the green box. And this is another important part. The wrist support or palm rest. I'm not sure what's the proper term for this. It is magnetic, so it attaches with magnets, and they're actually exposed right here. You can see it. It looks cool. A lot of people called it like leatherette, almost like, you know, imitation leather. It doesn't look like leather to me at all. I mean, it looks kind of rubbery, but no issue. I mean, it still looks nice. And it's memory foam inside. Let's see. You just attach it to the keyboard. Like there's a spot for it. Okay. There actually, bam. A specific spot you have to find. Get it on there. That's it. It's on. Not bad. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, that's soft. I'm not used to it. My last one was just plastic. You saw in the beginning here. Volume keys. The volume keys don't feel the same as the rest of the keyboard, and probably because they don't have the same type of switch under them. I'm assuming they're not removable. I'm not gonna try. They still feel okay. Sorry, not volume keys. The media control. The volume, there's this roll here for the volume. A wheel. Mute. Mute feels nice. It clicks almost like a mouse button. So, yes, here it is. I don't feel like there's much more I can say. Like I said, I'm not a professional reviewer. I'm not gonna go over the specs and all the key travel and things like that. There are plenty of other sources that cover this kind of stuff. Let's see. Compared to other keyboards, yeah, there's no flex at all. It's solid. Yep, not flexing. Okay, well, here it is. Yeah, it looks pretty cool so far. And now I have it set up the way I like it for now. Um, and as you can see in the back there's an RGB kind of rainbow effect going. And I kind of like that it's not on top of the keyboard or in the front of the keyboard, but it's kind of like on the side and the back. So it just sort of illuminates under the desk. Pretty cool. And it also, well, by the way, I'm watching porn, watching music videos. So, um, so a little bit hard to see, but it kind of matches my Corsair all-in-one cooler. There's some glow around it because of the tempered glass, tinted tempered glass, but in real life, it looks nice. So, pretty impressed. And the software is okay. Now, anyone that knows the IQ software knows that it might be a little bit confusing at first because you have to hold control and then select certain zones for certain colors and things like that. So as you can see, you can customize a lot of stuff here for your keyboard and hopefully get the result that you're looking for. So different functions on the wheel. Here's also something else pretty cool. Whenever you engage the key, it kind of glows red and then goes away. So I did a little bit of typing, and my overall impression is I really like it. It's cool. There are a couple of things that I don't like, so I just want to go ahead and mention them real quick too, because it might help you make your purchasing decision. So let me turn some more light on so we can see. I really like almost everything about it. The keys are nice. The keys are really great. Sorry about that. One thing, like we saw earlier, this sound. Just kind of makes it feel cheap. And this is not a cheap keyboard. For $250 with tax, I wish I didn't do that. So maybe it'll go away after a while. Maybe it won't. By the way, this keycap here is not included with the keyboard. I just want to make sure to make it clear. This is from an older model from K95, which a friend of mine had, and he wasn't using it, so he gave it to me like ahead of time before I bought the keyboard, because I like the idea of replacing the escape key with it. Anyway, and another thing that I wasn't too impressed with is with the your hand rest here, or the wrist support. It feels nice and steady right now, and that's because the keyboard is on its lowest, absolute lowest setting. But if we lift it up with the little legs there, what happens there is, yeah, so I just lift it up on the stand, on the leg, and now for some reason this part lifts up too at the end here, and it creates this knocking effect. So I tested a few times. If you fold them and put it flat, then it's fine. It's nice and flat, the whole thing. But if you lift up the back, it just sort of, see, lifts the palm rest. And if you like it kind of lift in the back, you're gonna have to deal with this. Not a deal breaker for me, but maybe for some. So just something to be mindful of. All right. I'll give it a thumbs up. I like it. And I think I would go ahead and give it a recommendation.